Welcome to class. I'm here to guide you through practice for today. So as you can see, I have my mat here with me. I also have a block. Feel free to grab any kind of props that you'll be needing for today's practice. If you don't have a block, maybe a thick book. If you don't have any straps, like the yoga straps that we usually have, you can grab long towels or any string that won't shape your skin. Maybe yoga bolsters or maybe just some pillows if you are at home and you need that. Feel free to put them on the side. I'm going to show you how you can use them today. So a quick intro. My name is Rain. I am your certified yoga instructor. I'm going to be here to guide you through your practice for today. Natural remedies for relieving muscle soreness. So I believe everyone has already experienced this whenever we work out. And sometimes we do something intense that we don't usually feel when working out. That after, maybe probably like a day after, even like a few hours after our hard workout or intense workout, we feel it all over our body, especially the ones that we did the most. Probably if we are on our leg day or if we did something strength with all of our upper body, we usually just feel it, and the soreness and the DOMS is there, the delayed onset muscle soreness, it's already there. So what I'm gonna do today is assist you or show you some poses that you can do to somehow you can use them maybe even after you work out, so that it's not as sore as what you usually do without having to cool down, because you usually do that sometimes. I for one do that, forget to cool down. So this is something that you can do so that it can help you cool down, or even after like the day after and you feel like you don't want to move because it's super sore and super hard to move. These are the things that can allow you to alleviate all those pain, all those soreness that we can for working out. I have read that recovery is even more important than doing a proper cool down. So recovery is a part of the exercise. If you don't recover and you keep on doing it all over again, all the intense workouts without having to recover, you won't really get into the goals that you wanted. So recovery, of course, is there. And of course, like what you usually say, sleep is part of the recovery. So this one is not sleep. We're going to do some yoga poses. Again, find your props. This is the time for you to grab them. Find yourself in a seated pose. I'm here in my Sukhasana, wherein I'm seated down on the floor. If sitting down on the floor is not an option for you, you can find yourself on a chair, or I have a block here with me, maybe a pillow if you have that today, your meditation bolster, and just take a sit like this one. Yeah? A few wiggles on your shoulders, a few wiggles on your hips, relax everything. And then slowly on your next inhale, this is a quick trick for me to just censor myself in. Roll the shoulders to the ears as you inhale. And then on your exhale, we're going to press it back and down. This one allows my heart to come a little bit more open here so that I can breathe more. If that does the trick, see what happens if you do a lot of movements like this one. So plant your hands wherever you feel like it. I'm planting my hands here on my knees like this. Sometimes I like to plant my palms facing up. Just like a quick feeling to receive all the abundance in the world, as I usually say. Take one hand to your heart, another to the belly, if that works for you as well. Or find your Anjali hands in prayer to the heart. Maybe gaze wherever you feel like it. Doesn't have to be at the screen. You can just follow my voice. Maybe gaze down, or feel free to close the eyes. I'm going to guide you through your practice for today. If you feel safe right now, if ever you feel safe, only if you feel safe, feel free to close the eyes and let me guide you through practice for today by taking a few mindful inhales and exhales to start. So breathing in and breathing out, I want you to be aware on how you're feeling right now. Notice how the breath is there as well. Sometimes when we did a lot for the day, even if we're already in stillness or we are invited in stillness, our heart tends to beat a lot faster. So allow the breath to guide you into calming down. Bigger inhales and longer exhales to start, just to give you a way to find yourself present in your moment. So in your practice for today, allow yourself to be here by not looking at the past, not gazing ahead at the future, but just being here. Breathing in and breathing out. Noticing every single part of your body right now. Noticing any sensations, any soreness, any tension that there may be. And with the breath, simply guide all the parts of your body to come and just relax. Starting off with your face, the easiest one to release. So notice if there's any tension in the space between your eyebrows. Allow it to relax, put the eyebrows down, soften the cheeks, unclench the jaw, soften the teeth, maybe make some space between the roof of your mouth and your tongue. Relaxing all of your shoulders, softening all of your arms, relaxing your hips, relaxing your legs, relaxing your toes. So breathing in and breathing out. Let's start with an intention for today's practice. Your intention is, I intend to feel good. I intend to feel relaxed. I deserve release in all the pain that I'm experiencing. I'm worthy of the space so I can release. One big inhale through the nose. Exhale, open the mouth. Can you let it go? There you go. Very nice. Simply come back to the physical body right now. Relaxing every single part. Notice how your hips can somehow melt a little bit deeper. Feel a little bit heavier on the legs as well. And then slowly begin to open the eyes. If you feel ready to come back to your present moment, wiggle the fingers, shake the shoulders again, making sure nothing is painful. Once you're ready, let's go and start your practice. So if you are here on the mat, if you're on a bed, that's perfectly fine as well. Maybe wherever you're practicing, just a quick space for you to just settle down. You can also do this seated on a chair. So if you're here, we're gonna do some upper body things. So finding first your neck stretches. So I'm just gonna be here a little bit diagonal so you can see all of my body. You can just say, looking at your screen, take your hands on all of your knees. We're gonna do some neck stretches first. So on your next inhale, take your chin to your chest, keeping your shoulders relaxed and your ribs in. We're not gonna curve the back like a cat. So we're just gonna stay here, seated upright, and take your chin to your chest like this. So already you're gonna feel this long stretch at the back of the neck. Notice how you can breathe. So with the meditation that we did, the breath work, see if you can maintain that. Long inhales and exhales to start. You can even close your eyes here. Noticing this opening at the back of the neck, you can even swing side to side if you already have that. So whenever we deal with opening or stretching of the neck, we have to do this super, super slow. Because sometimes when you stretch your neck and it becomes, and maybe somehow accidentally do it fast, you somehow have that feeling that you might have a stiff neck. So you need to do it very, very fast, very, very slow. If you feel that you have, or you're more open, you can go and simply swing it towards the back. Yeah, but if you feel like your shoulders are coming up towards the ears, put them down, come back to the breath, and simply do it slower. Again, you will be the one to notice what kind of intensity you're putting on your neck on each side. So see if you can honor your body more. Taking a step back if it's too much. Go a little bit deeper if the body says, yes, let's go deeper. Yeah? Breathing in and breathing out. Relax the shoulders, soften the face. This will feel also good if you want to open the mouth. That's fine, especially if you're going to lay the head down at the back. Inhales and exhales, again, releasing any tension that there may be. If you seated for a really, really long time, if you have your desk job and you haven't really moved at all, this will feel good. Once you're ready, let's come back at the center and release. Easy enough, right? I bet that feels good. Let's go and find your side stretches. So I'm gonna be here on my mat, finding your side stretches again. So Sukhasana if you want. Find a quick seat, anything that is seated. You can still be on your block if you need that. On your inhale, let's extend all of our hands up and overhead. And then on your exhale, I'm gonna tuck my right hand. You can find this on your left if you want. Towards the ground, maybe near the hip or farther, spider fingers. Left hand will reach the sky. You're gonna feel this opening on your left side body. Allow the ribs to stay in, lower belly activated. If you want some more, we're gonna gently just dip in towards the opposite side. So it's my right. So looking like this. If the bending is happening on the elbow, that's fine. We still want this opening on the left side body. Expanding on the left lungs, left ribs, your intercostal muscles. Bending onto that rounded elbow if you feel like you need more of a stretch. If you feel like your bum is coming up, your left hip, like me, press it down. Breathing in. You have an option to gaze forward. If you feel like you're crunching in, like you're doing your cat, open up. So allow the left shoulder to peel open. Maybe gazing up even. Maybe finding your left thumb or even farther at the back. One more breath here. And then slowly let's release. Come back, center. Doing this on the opposite side. Left hand down. Right hand swings towards your left. So bending onto the elbow, maybe not, keep it extended, up to you, but you really want to feel this opening on the right side body. Plugging onto the right hip, opening or peeling that shoulder to the sky, maybe gazing at the right thumb even. And then noticing how you breathe. Equal amounts of inhales and exhales to start. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more here. And then softly land back down to your center. And very nice. So relaxing everything. If you were sore in your upper body, if you did a lot of deadlifts, if you did a lot of squats, this will feel really, really good. All right. So again, the most important thing in our practice, actually in all of yoga practices, is to remind yourself to breathe in. So especially if you feel like you're at the peak of your pose and you feel like everything is packed, with holding the breath. Take one big inhale through the nose and exhale out through the mouth when you feel like it. Yeah, so awareness is there all the time. It's not going to be like a workout wherein you just keep on doing it, all your reps and sets. This one, we want to be more mindful as you can in all of the stretches that we do, especially if we are alleviating all of the soreness that we have. All right, so next one, we're going to find your reclining side twist and thread the needle pose. So actually, we're going to do with the twists. So finding yourself seated again, inhale, hands will reach up high to the sky. On your exhale, we're going to find yourself looking at one knee. So this time it's my right. So I'm going to look at my right knee, looking at with my heart, and then slowly, opposite hand will tug towards that knee, other hand will go to the back. We'll look like this. Inhale, we're going to lengthen first, feeling that scooping sensation in your lower body pressing in. Now we're going to twist from our middle back. Open your heart towards the right side, gazing at the back, finding your right shoulder or closing your eyes here. Now, this is already good enough if you're twisting like this. If you want a little bit more, only if you want or only if you can, you're going to look at the right thumb or your hand at the back, and then you're going to go and crawl that hand towards the opposite side of the mat. So deepest twist here. Inhale to lengthen as if you want to press the crown of your head towards the sky. And every time you exhale, you use that space that you made to gently go twist a little bit deeper. So again, just an option. If this is not enough, go ahead and take your hand towards the opposite hip. Find a full bind. Yeah? Inhale here. And exhale, let's release. Come back, center, doing everything on the opposite side. Inhale, hands will reach up high. Exhale, counter stretch. This will feel really, really different because you did the first one. Right hand to the left knee, left hand reaches back. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to twist. Very nice. Gaze at the back to find the stretch also on the neck. Find your left hand again, or your hand at the back. If you want some more, we're going to crawl that hand towards the opposite side of the mat for the deepest twist that we have. If your back is cracking like mine, perfectly normal. If you feel that there's pain, take a step back. All right, inhale here for 3, 2, and 1. Let's release. Hands will reach up high. On your exhale, bend the elbows to the sides, open the heart, release the head at the back, and then come back center. Very nice. Shake, shake, shake. You know, sometimes it just looks good or it just looks easy, but if you're dealing with pain, I know that will feel really, really hard. So feel free to just honor your body when you can. If you feel like it's painful, let's go and take a step back. It doesn't have to look like what I'm doing right now. It has to feel good more than it looking good. All right, so whenever you're ready, let's start with the next one. Finding yourself on your tabletop, or actually we're gonna go and find your thread and needle pose. So I'm gonna be here just so you can see what's happening in front on a diagonal here. Thread the needle, find your tabletop. Shoulder stack on your wrist. Open the fingers out wide. Hips will stack on the knees here. Tuck or untuck the toes, up to you. On your next inhale, we're going to shift our weight to one hand. This time I'm going to shift it to my right. Left hand will reach sky just to open my heart for a bit. And it's going to thread towards the opposite side. So it's my right, extending as deep as I want, as far as I can. And I'm going to land the left shoulder down. And I'm going to land my head down here. Yeah, so this is your thread the needle pose. An option with the right hand, it can stay here in front of the face because this one will help me twist my heart. Maybe it can extend towards the top or can extend towards the sky. Can even find the bind towards the back. Just an option. So all of the options that we do today, they're just options. They're not progressions. So see what feels good. Peeling that right shoulder open, feeling your heart press down. And then this is the important cue here. If you feel like your bum is touching on one side, this time it's my right, I want you to peel it towards the opposite side. Yeah? If that's confusing, this is another cue. Take the hip. If I'm looking at my right, it's my right hip. Take that right hip towards the right heel. So this will give you a different kind of a stretch on your right side body, feeling a little bit more twist. So again, hip to the heel, press your hands deeper here if you want. Again, if you're dealing with pain, it doesn't have to go anywhere that we don't want it to go. So notice how you can feel this really, really nice. Alleviate and release any tension. Let's come back center. Come back tabletop, or maybe take a counter stretch and then slowly release. Shake, shake, shake. Doing everything on the opposite side. I'm just gonna be here just so you can see me better. On your next breath, shift your weight to the left hand. Right hand will reach sky. And then slowly thread it towards the opposite side. Again, the deepest what you want, the farthest that you can. Rolling that right shoulder down, looking at the left side this time. Again, ground on all of your knees. You can even tuck your toes here if you feel like you need more stability in your balance. Option with your left hand, maybe here in front of the face. Feel that pressing to the ground so you can twist a little bit more. Maybe to the front. Feel that left side body really open. Peel that left hip towards the left heel, or maybe to the sky, or maybe find a bind towards your out or your opposite hip. Plugging in deep with the knees, grounding as you open the heart. And for 5, you can even close your eyes. Again, notice how it feels, not what it looks like. That's what we're aiming for you to feel good, for you to alleviate any soreness that we have. We can do this as organic or as natural as we can without having to use or take medications for pain. Of course, we need to find awareness that at some point in time when it's really, really too much, that's when we do. But as much as we can try to do this process to find the full benefit of releasing any tension the best natural way that we can. Come back center. And then release tabletop. Yes, swing the hip side to side. If that was too much, take the seat if you didn't breathe through that. All right, yourself some blocks. Feel free to grab them now. If you have pillows or maybe thick blocks even, you can use that for today as well. So finding on your hips, this is the most important one for today because I believe the place that where we hold most tension in the body, even if it's not the upper body or our shoulders, it's actually your hips. So some people just do away with some stretches that it's okay, but I think we can do more. And that is what we're going to do today. So finding yourself with your hips, we're going to bind all of our hips towards our reclining pigeon pose. So we're going to lie down on our mats. If you don't have a mat, that's fine. Let's go to your bed. Going down, lying down here, finding your reclining pigeon. First off, one leg. First, my right, like that. I'm going to bend that. I'm going to tug that ankle towards the opposite quad to find a figure 4 happening here. This is your reclining pigeon. Keeping that right foot flexed, opening the toes so you can make some space between each toe. You can feel that activation already happening on your calf, on your shin. Option, right hand to the right knee, press it away. This already has a big sensation in the body, in the hip. Yeah? If you want a little bit more, we're gonna lift that left foot, and then I'm gonna tug or I'm gonna clasp my hands maybe to the inner left thigh, or maybe to the shin like this. Yeah, so up to you. You need to make sure that your shoulders, all of your shoulders are relaxed. Relax the head as well. Plugging in deeper if you want. You're gonna maybe feel this on the outer right thigh, outer right glutes, or inner right thigh. Yeah. So again, any part of the body that has so much pain here, take a step back if it's too much. If you want to go further, go ahead and stay here. You don't need to lift your head. We're going to isolate this movement on your hips. Keeping your shoulders glued to the mat. Last two. And one. And then release. Release the hands. Let's do it on the opposite side. Untangle the legs first. Maybe windshield wipers if that was too much. Again, deep inhales and exhales, maybe longer exhales if you feel like you need it. Let's try the opposite side. Left leg to the sky first, and then slowly bend that left knee. Stack that left ankle on top of your right quad. Keeping that left leg, left foot flex. Make some spaces between the pinky toes towards the big thumb. Slowly clasp your hands if you want, or maybe towards the shin. Up to you. Opening the hip if you are doing this after a long day of work. I bet this feels good. If you're doing this top of the morning, I bet this feels good too. In for 5, relax the shoulders, soften the face. 4, keeping at it with the breath. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Unclasp your hands, right foot down, left foot down. Swing the legs side to side. Very nice. Come back. Center this time. I want you to find your block. I am finding my block. I'm going to plug it towards my hip. So lift the hips. Find your block. If you have your pillow, go ahead and do that. I'm going to put it here just so it's easy for me. Yeah? Option. Extend the legs. Like so. Flexing the feet. Now I want you to keep your knees pointing to the sky. If it splays out, that's a different stretch. So we want to flex the feet. Flexing the feet towards the toes. Extend the leg. Notice how your quads are super engaged here. And just relax your hands up and overhead. This one alleviates you so much. If you feel like you need more, you can take your block towards the middle setting a little bit higher like this. And extend them there. Yeah? So really up to you. However you want it. Now, I want to plug my right knee towards my heart. Option to be here. I'm going to take my hands to my inner thigh, or maybe to the shin. Keeping that left foot flex, imagine your inner thigh rolling towards the mat. So firming the inner thighs as well. Notice how the hips are opening here. Once you feel that you're good, try it on the opposite side. So finding balance as well. If you're on a block and it's too thin, opening up, feeling the sensations in all of your hips. Take 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Plugging in. Step the feet one by one, bending the knees, suck the tailbone, lift the hips, release the block, plug it down. Very nice. Bending the knees one by one to the heart, swinging side to side, Pawan Moktasan. I can even find your happy baby here. Flex the feet towards the sky. Take your fingers onto the big toes, maybe hands on your inner or outer feet. Plug the knee towards the armpits, or maybe even wider. But I want you to take note that all of your lower back is still down. If it's coming up, plug it in and then maybe swing side to side. Yeah, this will alleviate so much on the low back and on your hip. Once you feel you're good, come back set. Very nice. How was that? I hope you're good. Keep on commenting if you feel like you need it. On your tabletop again, like this. Shoulders back on your wrist. We're gonna step that right foot towards the center. So first off, right leg to the back, bend the knee, stepping that foot in the middle of our feet. You can shimmy it the best way you want. So I'm gonna do that. You can even find your foot a little bit towards the outside if you feel like you need it. Coming towards your kneeling And then I want you to tuck the tailbone. Feel the outer hip coming in, firming the inner thighs, and then press your hips forward and down. Yeah. Staying here, take your hands on your quads. Relax the shoulders. You can even find blocks to support you on the side if this is too much. If your knee is coming forward more than the ankles, that's fine. We want to feel this opening at the front of your left hip. All right, so no need to um, go with the perfect alignment of the perfect pose. We want this really, really nice and really, really smooth, and just finding the right opening. Last two. And one. Release your hands. This time we're gonna find somewhat like a half split. So extending that front leg, flexing the right foot. Feeling this on the right leg here. Folding down if you need some more, or maybe just coming up here. Last one. And then a release. Bending onto that knee. Now we're gonna do the opposite side. So release the right leg, left leg this time. Opening first, inhale. Exhale, stepping that foot at the center and the middle. Coming up, tuck the tailbone again. This is important because some flexible people can just go down here, right? So easy. But you really want to activate your legs, firming the inner thighs, outer hips coming in. That's when you plug forward and down. Yeah, so it's a different stretch here. Lower belly coming in. What I usually do, or what I usually cue in my classes, especially when we are here, this is your Anjaneyasana, is that inhale to lengthen, tuck the tailbone, and then on your exhale, press your hips forward and down. And the most important cue, ribs coming in. So inhale to lengthen, ribs coming in, exhale. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Take your hands down, half split. Extending the left leg, flexing the left foot again. Heart tucking towards the front of the mat. Left big toe plugging towards the face. Folding down if you need some more. Feeling this yummy stretch on your left leg. Again, if it's too much, take a step back. If we're dealing with pain, it really, really up to you how much intensity you want to push. Or you want to really just go further, go ahead and do that. Once you're ready, release. Come back tabletop, release the left leg. Plant all of your hands, swing the hips side to side. Coming with a breath. Now you can start with your child's pose. Onto your tabletop, knees together, hip width distance or maybe even wider. Big toes come to touch at the back and land the hips on your heels. Reaching your hands long, forehead will ground down onto the mat. Maybe close your eyes and come back to the breath. Inhales through the nose and exhales out through the mouth. Notice how you can feel more aware on how you're feeling right now with your hips even. And you are in a yoga practice, so it tends to go beyond the mat and think about what's gonna happen next. What I'm gonna do after my class. Do I need to cook? Do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? So this is a reminder to come back to the breath and remind yourself of the intention of why you're doing your practice today. This time is to alleviate all the pain. I'm worthy of receiving all the love that I give to others. I need to give it to myself first. And in that alone allows you to come back into your present moment. And again, deal with the soreness and all the pain that we had. We did such an intense workout. We did such a long day. I'm worthy of a space to just think about myself and release all the tension. Once you're ready, come back to your center. Let's go find awareness and releasing all the pain in our shoulders. Yeah, and also our lower back. Just a quick lower back here. So on our lower back, you want to go to your supine. So, or actually to your prone. So finding yourself on your Sphinx pose like this. So shoulders will stack onto the elbows. Open the fingers out wide. Feet are going to go wider than the hips here. Making sure all of your toes are gently onto the ground, even the pinky toe. So if you feel like it's just the first and the second big toe, plug all of your toes down. Now I want you to really press the tops of your feet so much that your knees come up. Yeah, in that way you'll feel that your legs are so active. Knees are up, plugging in all of the tops of your feet. Now I want you to take your elbows a little bit closer to each other, a little bit closer than the shoulders. And I want you to press or drag your elbows towards the back of the mat. Now, this is your Sphinx pose activated. Yeah? Once you feel that you're here, plug on all of your hands, maybe extend the arms long, finding your stool pose. If we're jumping on the low back, bend onto the elbows. We don't want anything that will put more tension in the body. Yeah? Once you're ready, bend onto the elbows here. Release the elbows to the sides. Again, keeping your legs activated. Press the tops of your feet. Lift the knees and then slowly release your hands maybe to the back. This is your locust pose. Take 3, 2, and 1. Release. Heart to the ground. Forehead to the ground. Relax. Relaxing the legs. You can even bend the knees. Swing the feet side to side like that. We're gonna do it one more time. This time, if you have your long towel like what I asked earlier, or maybe your yoga strap, grab them, place them on each hand. If you don't have a strap or you don't need them, take your hands, clasp them together, maybe just the fingertips or all of your palms here. On your next inhale, roll the shoulders down and back, and on your exhale, lift your heart, gently plug your knuckles towards the back of the mat. Press into the pubic bone, the belly, press into the tops of your feet. Lift the knees. If you have some more, lift the leg too. Legs, I mean, both of them. In for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Take your hands to the sides of the chest. Lift yourself back up. Come back to your chest pose. That was a good activation on your lower back, on your legs. One more breath. And then slowly, we're just gonna release. Looking forward, come back to your center, taking a seat once more, alleviating your shoulders this time. So this time, I invite you to go to a seat like this, your Virasana. Toes are tucked like this, or if you want some opening, you're gonna tuck them and then take a seat like this. Yeah? And then slowly, take your arms forward. This time, left arm on top of your right. And then bend onto the elbows. You're gonna find your eagle arms. If this is too much on the toes, untap and take a seat. Yeah, option. Bind your hands, backs of your hands together, or palms together like this. Now we want to take your elbows forward, fingertips point to your sky. You're puffing your chest towards the back. Yeah, so as if your heart wants to exit the back door, that space between the shoulder blades. Really widening the shoulder blades to the side, relaxing the face, closing the eyes even if you want. In for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, unbind, unravel, maybe open the heart towards opposite side, counter, stretch, maybe gaze out. And then release, doing everything on the opposite side this time. Right arm on top, left arm at the bottom. Backs of your hands or palms together to abide. Elbows reaching forward, fingertips pointing to the sky. Notice how the sensation is so much different from the first one that we did. In for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Come back, center, unravel, open the heart. Maybe gaze up. And then fold down, relax. Shake, shake, shake the shoulders. This time, the last thing that I want you to do, this may feel a little bit more intense for some if you have done a lot of lifting today. Clasp your hands at the back. Roll the shoulders to the ears. Take your knuckles away. This is already enough. If you want some more, we're gonna fold out. So belly, heart towards the thighs, forehead grounds down. Knuckles this time will point as high as we can, maybe towards the sky or even towards the top of the mat, up to you. But I want you to plug all of your palms together. If it's not accessible, you can find your straps or your long towels, place them on each hand, tug it away. Find this opening at the front of the shoulders. Stay for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Release. Root to rise. And then come back. Release your hands. Shake, shake, shake. Whew, that was already enough. So, we were able to open all of her body today. So I hope that helped a lot. If you feel like you need to stay longer in all of the poses that we have learned today, feel free to come back to this video, take a pause on those poses, and then just go and stay there as long as you want. Maybe take longer inhales and exhales, maybe eight counts of an inhale, 8 counts of an exhale. Go and do that, or even longer if you want. Yeah, just to make sure that you will be the one to choose what kind of intensity. And again, always ask a medical professional if you feel that this is so much of a pain than what we usually feel or experiencing, what we experience after a stressful movement or an exercise. Yeah, so if you have any questions, feel free to just comment down below. Let me know how your practice went. If you have any feedback, if you have any questions, just go and put it down there. We're going to try to answer them as much as we can. So again, thank you so much for practicing with me today. My name is Rain. Thank you so much for following.